This is Jack O'Connell. He is a wide centre-back, and Football Manager have now integrated the wide centre-back role into the game based on players like Jack O'Connell who have been playing wide centre-back for Sheffield United last season that we've seen in the Premier League. Now, I know there are plenty other players who play that wide centre-back role. Jack O'Connell was just one of the ones that first came into my head. Let me know down in the description, by the way, who you think was the originator of the wide centre-back role, and I will let you know whether you're wrong or just right. But I have compiled a shortlist which I will put in my Discord for you to download straight into your game, where I will have bargain picks, some players that can play wide centre-back that you can pick up for less than $1 million. One of them's a free transfer, and 6 Wonderkids who potentially look like they could be fantastic wide centre-backs. So let's waste no more time and get on with the list. Now we start off with this 19-year-old Martin Dadai, who is kind of a Wonderkid in the game for Hertha Berlin. Now he is a little bit pricey, 9.2 to 11 million pound, but of course he's 19, which means you can use him for a very long time. And he has some really good attributes which will work very nicely as a wide centre-back, not to mention he has the defensive attributes. Height as well, 6'2", so he's got a good, decent height, good jump and reach. Composure's fantastic, so on the ball this guy is fantastic as well. But as a wide centre-back, 14 crossing, he's left-footed as well, so he suits that left side. This guy, on the grand scheme of things, when you look at him first off, you think, I don't know. He's a set-piece specialist. 14 corners, 13 free kick taking, and his natural position is a centre-back. This is a very unique guy. I like the look of him. He's the first man on the list. Now this guy's going to keep popping up in a lot of the lists because he's just absolutely fantastic. It's Gonzalo Inacio from Sporting. I am currently wearing the Sporting kit, by the way, because it is sexy. I look sexy in it as well. Thank you. I knew you were going to say it down in the comments. Gonzalo Ignacio is a fantastic centre-back on this game and an amazing Wonderkid. To start off the game, he looks unbelievable, but he gets better and better. Trust me. I think he'll have a potential range. We'll see about that. But even as a wide centre-back, he has great dribbling, good first touch, and decent crossing for a centre-back. So I actually think on that left-hand side, a wide centre-back would be a fantastic role for him. On the little bit of a pricier side of the scale is Wesley Fofana, and I'm probably dare say that you might be able to get him a little bit cheaper later on rather than right at the start, because he is valued at 75 to 112 million pound at the start of the game for Leicester, 20 years of age, but he is a very good wide centre-back, right-footed this time, some very good attributes defensively, of course, fantastic physicals, and he has that dribbling, first touch. He's just a very good wide centre-back. But again, maybe a little bit later on down the line, you'll be able to pick him up for a much cheaper price. Just quickly, by the way, I just seen this before I started recording, but YouTube Analytics reckons it will take 5 months for me to hit 30,000 subscribers. No. Non-subscriber gang, let's get on this. Let's get me to 30k before Christmas. 5 months, not a chance. We can do that by Christmas. Now, on to the bargains list. And we start off with João Basel. A Brazilian. We love a Brazilian here on the Mega Loot Gaming channel. By the way, rebuilds are back every single Monday. Patreon.com/Mega Loot Gaming is where you can vote for future rebuilds. Myself and Dad are very excited. We love a Brazilian. We would like João Basel, a wide centre-back who you can pick up between 85 and 850k. If we ask the agent about it, it is within that price range. So an extremely cheap cost for somebody who I actually think is very underrated in this game. If you are that championship side or on that same level, maybe a lower league, lower end of the league, this guy could be fantastic for you as a wide centre-back. If you still want to use wide centre-backs, maybe you haven't got a lot of money, you need to fill out your squad, maybe look for some of these guys on the list, starting off with João Basel. Slightly more expensive is Danielle Munoz, 25 years of age, and I still think this guy is a very good value for money player. Fantastic long shots. I mean, he kind of is a natural at fullback and wingback as well, but I really like the thought of having this guy as a wide centre-back. We've seen in previous experiment videos that we've done, and from what I've seen using the wide centre-back role, they bomb forward, and if they get a chance for a long shot, they will hit one. And this guy has 15 long shots. And not to mention, defensively, he is still quite secure. 13 marking, 14 tackling, great positioning. The teamwork and work rate is what I really like because it means he will get back. He will fight to get back and win the ball if the ball is lost higher up the pitch. Danielle Munoz from Genk. Now, here is the free transfer. If you are really strapped for cash, maybe you are a lower end of the table club and you need a player to bolster your squad or even to start, this could be your man. I dare say it is Patrick. The one downside to him is he is 5'9" as a natural centre-back, but if you can look past that, because he has fairly decent positioning, he has great composure, anticipation of 12, decent physicals, then maybe Patrick is the guy you look for on a free transfer. Marius Lode, the Norwegian, one of the older players on the list, 28 years of age from Bodo Glimt. Obviously, they knocked like 6 past Roma recently, which is fantastic. This guy might have been involved. Who knows? Maybe he was playing wide centre-back. I don't know. I don't watch Bodo Glimt play. On the right-hand side, though, he has some very good mental attributes, which make him kind of a very good defender, really. Great teamwork as well, as you can see here, and going forward, that dribbling of 12, first touch of 12, what we see as a wide centre-back. Now, a running theme here is that we are seeing a lot of Brazilians. Gabriel Diaz is next from Ceará, maybe correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but 110 to 1.1 million pound is what this guy is valued at, and it tends to be what you basically pay for the player. So a very good bargain pick as well. Tackling 14, marking 13, heading of 14. There's the defensive attributes that you need, and the rest of him looks absolutely fantastic. Not to mention as well, going forward, 12 dribbling, 12 first touch. These kind of, the difference between this is these players who can play centre-back and defensive midfielder. That's what falls into this category. Like a Fabinho, for instance, who, if we did like an elite list, would be on that. We're not including elite players, of course, because what's the point? You guys already know them. There's no point me showing Eder Militao. You've all heard of him. One of the best players on this list for value for money is Fabio Cardoso. 190k to 1.9 million pound, a very low wage. He is fantastic. I mean, what a defender to start off with anyway. Heading 15, marking 15, tackling 13. So defensively, you are secure. Very good bravery as well, and aggression, which is 2 attributes that I've really been liking in the most recent weeks because I've realized how valuable they actually are. Fantastic physicals, and I will show you, if you ask his agent, he's not interested in a move right now. I think he's just signed a contract, but maybe give it a little bit of 6 months. I didn't really anticipate that happening, and you can probably pick him up for around about this cheap cost. That is still a bargain pick. Ignore what you saw. I really don't feel like I show enough Brazilians on this game, so here's another one. Leo Pereira, 200k to 2 million pound, but he is wanted at the start of the game, so you better hurry up. Strasbourg want him on loan. Maybe I'd let him go though. That's my favourite French team. But let's take a look at them. Yes, 200k to 2 million pound. That time it worked. There's no refunds here on the Omega Loot Gaming channel. This man, 25 years of age, some fantastic fundamental attributes defensively. He's 6'2", plays naturally as that centre back and has great first touch, dribbling. Going forward, he's great. Even long shots of 10, he can hit them. Finishing 10. If he gets in the box, he's quite good for a centre-back, really. Have a look at him. Next up on the list, Alberto Barrason. Again, very cheap cost from a team that you might not have heard of, which means you probably better pick him up for a cheaper cost as well. Next, a Uruguayan playing in Santos in Brazil. Doesn't have the best physicals, but what he does have is great mentals, which means he can read the game better than most. Going forward as well, 11 dribbling, first touch, what he needs. That good heading, marking, passing, tackling. Next, please. I'm finding a few of these, especially in Italy as well as Brazil, because this guy, Federico Barber, who can play naturally on the left or centre-back, has fantastic attributes suited for that wide centre-back role, and again for less than 3.4 million pound. So like lower end Premier League clubs should definitely be looking to pick this guy up if you're looking to play 3 at the back, because he's left-footed as well. He's a bargain pick. That 15 position and 16 teamwork, those are 2 really good important attributes for a wide centre-back, and I like that a lot. Back to Brazil, 28 years of age, it's Luan Palmeiras, 600k to 6.2 million pound, around about that. Some fantastic physicals. The position and teamwork's there again, 15 for each. And I would say this guy is a very good pickup if you can get him. Again, there's so many players on this shortlist. Just go to the Discord and download it. One of the better players on this list you'll find in Fiorentina, Lucas Martinez Quarta. This is more of a, I wouldn't say it's a bargain pick because he is a little bit more expensive. He's kind of next to that elite level, but maybe a player that you wouldn't have ever heard of. That's why I've put him in this list. From Fiorentina, he is fantastic. He will cost you a little bit more though. And there's another one I want to show you before we go to 3 other Wonderkids. He also plays at at Fiorentina, his name is Igor. Now, I actually used Fiorentina last year, and both the last two players I got rid of quite early on because I didn't have any need for them. If I were using wide centre-backs, I would have kept them because they probably would have been very valuable to me as a fantastic wide centre-back. Again, a little bit more expensive, not as expensive as the last one. I actually consider that to be a bargain pick for how good he actually is. Okay, 3 more Wonderkids. Now, Pierre Calulu looks absolutely incredible on this game. 21 years of age from Milan. He is offered to loan at the start of the season as well, so if you are a team who maybe can't afford him to buy outright, loan him because he's only 15k a week in wages and he is absolutely incredible. That fantastic pace going forward, he is fantastic as well. Really good if you need a right-sided fullback or a centre-back, and he can cover on the left. This is one of the most underrated players on this list. Now, 2 players that I'm very familiar with from my Twitch save, which I was sacked in, by the way, which is really frustrating. I have produced a clips page with, you might be able to see some of that. The link for that is down in the description. Is Mohammed Simakan. He is a fantastic wide centre-back. I used him in this role, and he was one of my best performers. Even though I was sacked from Leipzig, the 2 that you're going to see are from Leipzig, and both of them were arguably my best performing players. I kind of lied because the last one isn't actually at Leipzig, he's at Salzburg, but I bought him for Leipzig, which means it's kind of the same thing. But Umar Saleh from Salzburg, I've highlighted him already in Football Manager as somebody to look at. Definitely somebody to buy, a must-buy. In fact, I included him in. As a wide centre-back, he is incredible. I used him in that role. He was fantastic. Some of the crosses he did was unbelievable, even though he only has 6 for crossing. He was a fantastic wide centre-back for me. He's 6'4", so defensively as well. With those attributes and being 6'4", he is solid as a rock. One of my favourites on this list, and I've said that for quite a lot of the players, but I like a lot of these players. Anyway, that is your list. Remember, you can download this shortlist in my Discord. I will make it available there. Link to the Discord's down in the description, as well as the Patreon if you want to vote for future rebuilds, and the clips channel is down there. Make sure you go take a look. There's some funny clips in there. Maybe also go watch this video because that's also quite good as well.